Going back to my notes for Leonarda, you were married to a sociopath.
Correct.
You want to give us a quick rundown on that?
Sure. He was this was the malcontent person who was very manipulative. He didn't just do it with me. He would manipulate people out of their money. He was a non-violent sociopath. So you have different kinds. So low conflict personality type, very feminine in terms of his lack of control over his own emotions. And so I was young. I didn't really know much better. I actually came from a very conservative family, and I did not even date anybody until I was 24, and then married this guy at 25. So I had no context for relationships. I had no idea that this wasn't normal. So he would do things like out of nowhere just... Okay, here, I'll give you an example. I used to be an actress in New York. And so I did plays, nothing involving any kind of nudity or whatever. And then one day he just goes, hey, if you get a movie deal and they ask you to be topless, would you do it? And I said, well, are they going to see everything? Is it going to be insinuated? And that was enough. He just snapped. He snapped and went into a whole rage. Oh, I knew you were a slut, and just firing off. Okay. Now, it was his concern that I was actually going to do this? No. What was he doing? He was doing a very manipulative game where you attack someone and you make them feel bad. You accuse them of things, and then that gives you power over them. So the minute that we went on this huge fight for absolutely no reason, and then at the end of it, I was apologizing to him. So this is one of those, and I wonder about your guy, but I haven't heard anything yet, but a lot of guys will control a woman's mind this way, where they'll implant certain thoughts to allow for behavior they want to do, and then say that that's just the natural order of things.
So was he diagnosed as a sociopath, or is this a bit of hyperbole?
It's not hyperbole.
Okay, so...
Yeah, he was a con artist sociopath. Yes. Okay. And he made up stories that had nothing to do with reality. He made up some story how he almost got into the Olympics and then accidentally hurt his leg right beforehand. And then when I was divorcing him, he was like, that wasn't true. And yeah, and then he tried to go to couples counseling with me, and the therapist told me he's a con artist sociopath.
Wait, and so Rachel, you have something on sociopath, don't you?
I don't think so. Do I?
Well, like how a lot of women will overestimate.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's like the girl.
Not saying that's the case.
No,
for you,
that's fine.
No, like of the 3 people I've ever been with, one of them kind of was this way. But most girls, when you talk to them, if they've been with like 20 dudes and they say 19 of them were narcissists, you can pretty much bet that it's her that's actually the narcissist.
Okay.
So,
right, or if you have so I had a tendency of being attracted to not great guys, and that was my own sense of low self-esteem and not really knowing that you could command once I got to the place where I was like, you know what, if it's this or being alone, I'm totally comfortable being alone, then I was able to screen these guys out and get rid of them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.